You've got to be bleeping me. On Canadian national television, on Hockey Night in Canada, we put up that display! Shut out by Michael Hutchinson, a goaltender who has an .884 save percentage. This wasn't Freddie Anderson. This wasn't Pecorine. This wasn't Henrik Lundqvist. This was Michael Hutchinson, a guy who was sent down to the Toronto Marlies because he wasn't playing well at all, then gets called back up, and now he puts up this display against the Islanders. Are you kidding me? The Islanders were shut out by Michael Hutchinson. Try digesting that. To his credit, Hutchinson had a great game. And the Islanders had a pretty good game too. They outshot the Toronto Maple Leafs. They couldn't get the power play going, which really isn't a surprise. This team is struggling terribly, and they need help. The way the team is playing looks too predictable. These teams read it and pick it apart with ease. However, I have to say this. The first period of the game, the Islanders played very well, getting shots on goal, staying in the offensive zone, playing good defense. They were playing well, and I thought it would bleed into the second period, which it did. It bled into the second period. They played well until Toronto scored, of course, and then the Islanders started backing away. Toronto was on them. Then the lucky goal came in the second period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They scored, and the Islanders just backed out for the rest of the second period, that is. Third period, the Islanders came out strong. They were shooting a lot, but they couldn't bury anything. And there was a common theme with this game tonight, and that was being unable to capitalize on juicy rebounds given up by Michael Hutchinson. They were nowhere near these rebounds where they could have scored easily. Power play continues to struggle for this team. They can't shoot the puck. They decide to pass instead for whatever the reason, looking for the pretty pass and the perfect shot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't have extras in Leo Komarov, Tom Kuhnackel, Ross Johnston, and or Michael Del Cole out there helping you win games. If you want to have one or two of them out there, fine. But having 3 or 4 of them, that's not going to help this team. Team needs speed, as well as goal scoring, but the team needs speed. And 3 out of those 4 forwards don't have speed. Plenty of fourth line strength, but not enough skill and speed to help this team score goals. We seem to have a problem in the goal scoring department, whether it's not being able to score more than 2 goals, 3 goals. It's a real issue that this team has. We didn't score more than 1 goal against the New Jersey Devils. We couldn't score against Toronto tonight. We had trouble against Chicago by only scoring 2 goals. This team needs some goal scoring help. Now, I'm not suggesting we go out and get the next top liner. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is we either, until the trade deadline at least, call someone up from Bridgeport. Maybe Kiefer Bellows. Maybe bring Wahlstrom back when he returns from the World Juniors. Maybe even bring up Andrew Ladd, but I would be against that. Point is, these guys need help, not only in goal scoring, but on the third line. Third line, like I've said many times before, is a jumbled mess. No consistent third line. Always shuffled every single game, or what feels like every single game. While in the first period there were no goals scored, damn it! Second period, Pierre Engvall scores to put the Toronto Maple Leafs on the board, followed by an Austin Matthews goal to make it 2-0 Toronto after the second. And finally in the third period on an empty netter, Zach Hyman scores to put the game away to make it 3-0 Toronto Maple Leafs. Struggles continue with this team, and honestly, they need help. As I've stated previously, they need help in the worst way, whether it's a call-up or trade. As of right now, I'd be willing to settle for a call-up, but when the trade deadline comes and they're still struggling, they're going to need to make a trade. If they have to overpay, they might have to do that, especially if it means needing third-line help and it needs to take a little bit more to pay for it. I'm more than willing to do that at that point. Yeah, I know this team needs help. You're right, I know. We have to play the wait-and-see game, but I really don't want to. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the Risorto Report Isles Recap Edition. I'm your most gracious host here, and I've been blessed with my presence, Greg Risorto. And I will see you after the game against the Colorado Avalanche. Please remember to like this video. Comment down below if you liked it or not. Please subscribe, share it with everybody you know all around the World Wide Web. Follow me on Facebook at the Risorto Report. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. Remember, tomorrow afternoon at 12 o'clock noon will be the live show on YouTube discussing the Islanders after the 40-game mark and a whole lot of other things to go around. And as always, let's go Islanders!